Lando, if we could start with you, please. 2 weeks on, how do you reflect on your Grand Prix debut in Melbourne?
I mean, if I look back now from how the whole weekend went, it was better than I anticipated going into the whole weekend. I mean, during you obviously change how you think you can do, and after qualifying 8th, which was awesome for my first quali, I ended up 12th in the race, which obviously was a bit disappointing. But overall, I don't think there was many things I did wrong overall. A couple of bits here and there, obviously the start, and a couple of bits in the middle of the race. But for my first weekend, I don't think I could have asked for much more. So first time in Formula 1 here, so it's going to be a bit different. But hopefully we can have a kind of a weekend like we did in Australia, a good qualifying, and that can set us up a bit better for the race, and I can just work on the things that I didn't get so well.
It was a good race for us all the weekend. Also, we've been quite competitive. It was good to know, that we are in the mix. The midfield is very tight this year, so we were definitely in the fighting mix. And yeah, the race itself was quite a lot of action. So in the end, yeah, to score the point at the end of the first race of the season is always good. And yeah, we just look ahead. Here is a different kind of circuit, so we see what we can achieve here now.
I would say the overall performance during the weekend was good. Good start looking at the practice and also the Q1. I think the overall pace was looking promising, and yeah, for sure, what's happened in qualifying really put us on the back foot for the race, and on a track like this made the final result pretty poor and clearly not what we wanted. So no, it was a pretty tough weekend to accept, because I think we deserved clearly a better result on Sunday, but yeah, things didn't go as we would have liked, and yeah, we just need to make sure we have a clean weekend. But I think clearly the performance from Max is really positive for everybody in the team, for Honda. Really happy for Honda to get their first podium, and yeah, it's looking pretty positive for the coming races.
It was not an easy weekend. Obviously, after the Barcelona testing, we expected more, but on the other hand, I think there was a lot of positives to take. And anyway, Melbourne is not such a representative track on car performance, even though that doesn't mean we are as strong as we want to. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do, and I'm pretty confident in the team that we have done the right job in between Melbourne and here to try and improve. And also on my side, I think I did quite a bit of mistakes in qualifying and during the race, and I will try to not repeat these mistakes.
Valtteri, you're the championship leader for the first time in your career. How does that feel?
Yeah, for sure, it feels good. But it's only one race of the season, and now the full focus is to this weekend. For sure, we were all positively surprised on the performance we had in Melbourne. But like Charles said, it is a bit of a funny circuit, and I would say here this weekend and China, we are going to get much better picture of the real performance at this point of the year. But obviously, it was very welcome for us to see that kind of pace, and the feeling with the car was a lot better than in winter testing. So obviously the time spent between was very efficient. So yeah, see how it feels here.
You said after the race that it was the best race of your career. Why do you think that was? Is it because this year's Mercedes suits you better than either of the previous two?
It must be the beard.
Must be the beard.
Yeah,
okay.
No, honestly, it really felt after the race that yeah, it was one of the best, or my best race. Obviously the start of the race was the key to get into the lead, but after that I did no mistakes, and everything was very much under control. And when you feel you're performing at your best, it's a beautiful feeling, and just need to try and keep the momentum and feel that again soon. I can for sure say that something in my mindset has changed for the year. The preparation over the winter and just the way of how I feel and think about things have changed, and it's quite difficult to explain in detail, but I feel different to years before.
how could you describe the mood or the atmosphere at Ferrari after the first race? And also, is there a fundamental issue with the car or just a matter of finding the perfect balance?
I think the mentality is the right one, and we need to keep this one throughout the whole year. Mentality is very positive. Obviously, we are aware there's a lot of work to do, but I'm pretty confident, as I said, in the team that they will do everything to improve the car. I don't think there's any fundamental issues in the car concept. I'm pretty confident in that too. It's just about fine-tuning, obviously, in as I said before, I don't think is the real performance of the car what we have shown in Australia, and I think we are all quite confident that we can be better already from here in Bahrain. But yeah, as I said, the mentality is very good in the team, and we need to keep this spirit. We are all working as a team and all working together, and this is a good thing to see.
Overtaking is probably going to be easier this weekend. There's 3 DRS zones. Is that going to affect the strategy you're going to have for the race, and is this the way you want racing to go, with more DRS zones?
Yeah, well, you can afford to drop back in the standing for an extra stop and have the chance to overtake after, again, easier. Already in the past, I think it was quite an easy track to overtake on with 2 DRS zones, so with 1 more it can only be easier. So yeah, it will change a little bit the strategy.
I think the more action you can give us, the better it is. After, if there is also other way to overtake without DRS, will be nice as well if we are able to follow each other and just have more action thanks to that. And that will be the best way. But I think immediately that's the only thing we can change is the DRS zone. So if it brings some more show, I think everybody's going to be happier.